And we are live. Thanks everybody for tuning in to Skeptalk Live, episode number 5.
How's it going?
How's it going?
I'm going to remind everybody who's tuning in that you can participate along in the chat box above. Just hit the Twitch chat and it'll appear on screen. If you'd like to say something a little bit more important and would like to interrupt the show about it, you can always donate to streamlabs.com/Aristotle. And that'll get you listed on screen with a cool little breaking news noise that we've just implemented for this episode. So we'll test that out, see how that goes. And we're going to have a pretty good show today. I've been to some terribly, terribly deep, dark areas of the internet.
The best areas.
to collect some important news and clever theories. So
I am super stoked. Let's do it.
All right. So the first piece of news that I've got today is I've got I wasn't able to find any. So this just happened literally like 30 minutes ago or something like that. So I was unable to find any real news coverage of it. So I copied something from a website that I couldn't display here. So a bunch of Mounties in Canada wound up, investigating a car crash just recently, and they arrested a bunch of people, and all of them inside of the car were naked. So there were 5 people in this, and it looks like they actually crashed into the other vehicle. So like, wow. On purpose, like they chose to. Yeah.
Holy crap.
What?
Yeah. Where did I see the thing about that here?
The investigation continued, but officials believe drugs or alcohol might have been a factor.
Right. No shit. Everybody
really?
was. Yeah. So this one that I got here
starts.
Doesn't have the thing about they actually hit the thing or hit them on purpose. But yeah, so there was like they kidnapped somebody, and then there was a bunch these naked people kidnapped somebody and then went and drove into another vehicle. They're forced into they forced these people into the vehicle, and then then that vehicle was filled with naked people. So there was these kidnapped victims surrounded by naked people. Right. And then they rammed the rear end of a truck and then ended up in a ditch.
Jesus.
Yeah. And so you got to take into example that it was also the Mounties. It says police, but it was the Mounties from
that's fucking fantastic.
All of the other news sources that I found, right?
Is that episode or season 4 of Fargo?
Right.
I'm pretty sure it is.
This is not enough to paint a picture. I want to know context. What
right.
the heck?
As this story evolves, I'll definitely make sure we update it in future episodes. But
that's awesome.
This
Fuck
is
the
what I
Panama
found.
Papers.
Right, exactly. Real news here on Skeptalk Live.
People. Yeah, exactly.
All right. So, in other news, vegetarians don't exist.
Fact.
Right.
Wait, why?
Well, according to Charles Barkley.
He's pretty smart.
Right. Here we go.
I can't back that up.
Oh yes.
He's a terrific player, but he's one of those guys. He makes me nervous. I don't like people who don't get mad, Ernie. I don't trust people like vegetarians. That's not a thing. Everybody likes meat, but I don't like people. It's not a thing, Ernie. Just because they say it doesn't make it true. So LaMarcus to me has to be aggressive.
Vegetarians
for the big 3.
You don't think they're actually vegetarians?
There's no such thing as a vegetarian. Nobody doesn't like meat, Ernie.
Nobody. Nobody doesn't like
hilarious.
meat.
Nobody doesn't.
Right. And he said that so straight-faced.
Yeah, he did. He was pretty straight-faced.
Yeah, I mean,
everybody. He's fantastic to listen to, really.
Right. And I like the idea that it's not that people make these choices not to eat meat. It's the fact that they're lying because there's no one who doesn't like meat, right? Everybody likes it.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with him 100%.
I think I probably do. Too.
Everybody
You're
likes
lying
meat.
to yourself. I mean, yeah, if you're not eating it, it doesn't mean that you don't like it. People often shy away from things.
I'm going to say that
like.
does liver count as meat?
Liver?
Yeah, does liver count as meat?
liver's
Yeah.
definitely meat.
Yeah, that shit's gross, dude.
Well, yeah, liver's
Super
gross.
See?
I'll
Right?
agree with that.
Ah, we
Not
don't
all
exist.
meats are made equally.
We're not real. We don't exist. Ain't nobody who don't like liver. All right. So, moving on. Well, you guys know anything about the Paris Climate Accords?
Yeah. I mean,
Little
not a
bit.
whole lot. I haven't been actually like watching any of their like live streams or anything, but
Are you aware
I'm
of
familiar with what it is.
Are you aware of who the countries were who didn't sign it?
Yeah, the list included us.
And
I think it, wasn't it like Syria before that wasn't doing it, but now Syria's doing it.
right.
And I think Iran
Good.
recently joined it.
The answer used to be, until today, U.S. and Syria.
Gotcha.
It's a move
Yep.
that would leave the US completely
Wow.
isolated when it comes to the question of climate change. At
Hey,
UN
thanks for the
talks
follow.
in Germany, Syria has
I'm
announced
Baron.
it plans to join the 2015 Paris Agreement on tackling global warming, leaving President Trump's administration the only one opposed to the deal.
السورية تدعم تنفيذ اتفاق باريس لتغيير المناخ.
A Syrian minister told the COP23 meeting in
First vice
Bonn that his
president says
country
Syria
wanted
isn't
to
doing anything
achieve
about
international goals and reflect justice and responsibility.
And signing the Paris Accords, of course.
Yeah.
Uh,
So like I don't. Isn't he like considering signing it though? Like I remember reading about 2 or 3 weeks ago that he was considering more talks and trying to negotiate a way to sign it.
yeah. I mean, it would be about the time that he would need to turn back on that because everything else going so terribly.
Yeah, fair enough on that one.
But yeah, looking at this right now, Syria's not in the best of shape to do much of anything. But I mean,
Are they gonna start finally dropping eco-friendly like bombs on their people? Is that what's going on?
yeah, it's gonna be solar powered death rays.
Okay, that's way better.
Right.
It's totally okay if you're going to be a fascist dictator as long as it's e-powered.
Right. gotta go green.
Yeah, go green.
But so that news is definitely leaving the U.S. looking a little out of place in the international community.
Yeah. It seems like we might be a little behind on that one.
2 dead Saudi princes. I actually have not seen anything about that, but not
Yeah, I'll
necessarily.
look it up right now.
Yeah, it's very possible that, I mean, it's just I'm only looking at the same media that we all have exposure to, so it's very possible that it has not been, shown to me for me to find out about it. So
I'm familiar with like the Saudi princes that have been getting locked up. I think there's been 12 arrests in the past week under the veil of what the new king is calling an anti-corruption sweep. And so he's trying to pull out anybody that has been making, I would say, vast sums of money, like billions of dollars off of corrupt policies and backdoor deals. Simultaneously, though, the one who he put in charge of that, according to the Wall Street Journal, is his son-in-law, I believe, and he is the one making the arrest. And by taking out some of the people he's taken out, he's actually been able to consolidate power. So it could be more of a power struggle. I'm not entirely sure.
right.
I will say I've been reading a lot about it in Bloomberg and Wall Street Journal, mostly because of the amount of money involved with these princes and their investments with like Citigroup and other U.S. banks.
Right. And I mean, I'm going to be 100% honest. I have been looking up some real dumb shit in the last couple of days, so I have not been paying attention to important things. As you will see throughout the rest of this show, there are some things that I've been looking up that have been taking my attention away from, actual things.
Okay, I just found something on those princes.
I did as well. Some conflicting things. They're not dead, or one of them is supposedly not. And then I'm finding other accounts that they are. So
according to NBC, 2 days ago, I heard about Yemen attacking Saudi Arabia and firing rockets. What I didn't hear about actually is this story. It's on NBC. Saudi prince killed in helicopter crash near the Yemen border.
Wow.
Which I'm not sure if they're related.
Right. We've got president confirming those exact same things. So.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm vastly underprepared to be able to cover that story. If you've got any more, we can definitely do that. But I've got next Trump's visit to Korea, actually, and the fact that I would say the timing is correct, but the location is the wrong place to ask this question. But I mean, his answers to the question, I have a follow-up video too. It's definitely something to think about. But here we go.
Wanting to put extreme vetting on people trying to come into the United States. But I wonder if you would consider extreme vetting for people trying to buy a gun.
Trying to what?
Buy a gun.
So, somebody, a reporter in Seoul, right? He's in Seoul, right? Believe. Anyway, in Korea, has begun to ask questions about, equating immigration and gun control, right?
Yeah.
I see where they're going with that narrative. I don't think it's necessarily appropriate for where he's at, right?
Yeah, agreed.
Because, I mean, this should definitely be something that should be asked, in the White House or all across America, but possibly not while he's taking a look at something, while there's, the importance of North Korea and the situation down there and everything that's happening.
Yeah.
But his answer...
Yeah, he specifically might have something he could tell us about that situation, which would be really nice to hear.
Right, and he actually answers it exactly pretty much what I just said. But he does answer their question, and what he says here is kind of weird. Oh, nope. I'm going to go back and not fail again.
Well... you're bringing up a situation that probably shouldn't be discussed too much right now. We could let a little time go by, but it's okay if you feel that that's an appropriate question, even though we're the heart of South Korea. I will certainly answer your question.
That was excellent.
Like one of the smartest things I've ever heard him say.
Yeah, that was really well said.
Difference 3 days ago. And you might not have had that very brave person who happened to have a gun or a rifle in his truck go out and shoot him and hit him and neutralize him. And I can only say this, if he didn't have a gun, instead of having 26 dead, he would have had hundreds more dead. So that's the way I feel about it.
And are you
not going to help.
And are you considering any kind of gun control policy going forward?
When you look at the city with the strongest gun laws in our nation is Chicago. And Chicago is a disaster.
Right, but there are places called not Chicago where you can get guns.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, Chicago is way more complex than just that. That's one factor.
Right. Well, besides all that, right?
I mean, it's a big one, but
yeah. besides all that, he's got one of the things that he talked about here was that 3 days ago this wouldn't have made a difference, right? I have a counterpoint to that with another video.
The U.S. Air Force has admitted that Texas church shooter Devin Kelly's violent past slipped through the cracks when an officer failed to enter the former airman's domestic violence court-martial into a national database that may have prevented him from acquiring the firearms he used to murder 26 people.
So the Air Force is admitting, right, that stuff got out of control and his disciplinary record they slipped through the cracks, right? But it was very quickly that it was found afterwards, right? If the news could find it, right?
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty immediate, right? That happened the next day.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, bringing up the idea of, this a strict vetting process, right? Just like you would have like what they're proposing for people coming through on immigration, for firearms doesn't seem like it would be that bad of an idea.
I agree.
Yeah. Because
I mean, come on now. It's I mean, it might be actually complicated to try to logistically figure that out. Well, at least that might be their excuse, but I feel like oftentimes the argument is simply just that people want to take away the guns, and that's the arguments that you get back is for that argument, not just let's like I said on the last time I was on, let's just be a little more careful who we give guns to. That's it.
Correct. It looks like this guy, he was able to get everything that he had purchased legally, right? And the way, and what that means is that his past, which would have kept him from being able to get a gun, was his past was able to slip through the cracks. People were able to take a look into it, and it caused a problem, right? But yeah, I mean, the point that I was bringing up is that 3 days ago this wouldn't have mattered. Kinda it would, right? Like, if we had a more strict, process, like, I guess.
Well, I will say on as far as that goes, there is a process. You know what I mean? And if there was a process that clearly could have stopped him that we have implemented, it seems like there's a problem because it's not as efficient as maybe it should be. Like, obviously, this guy would have been stopped. In fact, I read that he was denied a gun sale a year ago in one article, and I'll find that and post it for you guys. And that's really and I think that's a concern that a lot of people have, because a lot of people don't feel like the government can do it. And I agree with you that most people that are anti-gun control, the first thing they jump to is don't take my gun away. And it's really hard to get past that and be like, hey, there's solutions that aren't the two most extreme solutions.
Well, yeah, and we can't have an honest debate and get to a middle compromising ground that probably everybody really would be okay with if we were to come down to it.
Yeah,
so
at least the majority
on the
of us.
extreme of both sides, and that's where we're stuck.
Yeah.
So here's a thought experiment, right? What about privatization of gun vetting?
I mean, I am not opposed to that.
Is that
depending on what it is?
I mean, it wouldn't be, but I don't know enough about it.
Right.
My thing is, I'm not necessarily 100%. I'm not against gun control. I'll say that. But I don't think every form of gun control is made equally. And I think there's a lot of ideas out there, and a lot of them are terrible ideas. But there are some that are good and have proven track records in other countries.
Right. And it's like I said, thought experiment. It's definitely nothing that any of us could make a decision on right now.
Yeah, of course.
No one in the country could make a decision on that and be 100% sure on it.
I'm sure the NRA could.
Also, I don't disagree on that strict vetting process for driving cars. Yes, I agree. There's a lot of dumb drivers out there.
Yeah, I mean, That would aggravate a lot of people, but I mean, it wouldn't not make sense.
Yeah. And honestly, like, what would that look like? What are your thoughts on that? Like, how do you envision that being put into place?
Retesting throughout the years, right? Are you talking about driving, or are you talking about guns?
No, I want to know about I don't care about the driving.
Oh, okay.
Whoops. Yeah.
I was talking about driving, man. Forced retesting.
Yeah, I know. My mind's still stuck on that because I haven't really thought about it like that, and I want to explore that a little bit.
So the privatization of gun control.
Yeah.
Right. So if you've got so currently it's kind of taking a known evil. So say the privatization of prison systems, right? You've got those systems trying to keep people into the system because it makes them money, right?
Yeah.
So if you've got companies who are getting paid to make sure that people who don't need to have crazy firearms don't get firearms, could cause, positive effects because they're going to want to do the thing that gets them paid the best.
Yeah. But then there'll be the opposite effect as well, correct?
I'm trying to see where they would abuse it.
So let's say a gun company decides to create its own subsidiary, and that subsidiary deals with background
licensing
checks
for
guns. You know what I mean? There's always going to be that incentive for them there to sell more guns, which they're doing anyway. Let's be real. So
right,
they're selling them like hotcakes, which I'm not against that. Like, that's great, good for them, make that money. I do, on the other hand, like, look at how many guns that we have per capita, and I do think that it might be a little ridiculous that there's almost a gun for every man, woman, and child in the country.
Correct. But I mean, at that point, right? So that company quickly developed something that could easily detect whether or not somebody is what they consider an at-risk individual. Therefore, right, the next time a shooting happens, or the next time,
let's take his face off there. I'm sure people.
I'm actually kind of agree. I was.
I just totally lost it. So. Okay. I was into the idea, so we've got his face off there now. The idea of those companies using it as a positive publicity, right? If Smith & Wesson's subsidiary Background Checks Anonymous or whatever manages to weed out a bunch of people, and the next time something happens, it's not to them, they can point out that it's not them.
Right.
President says, I am going to be the bad guy here and say that no good gun control, that there is no good gun control. People are going to do bad things, and that's the nature of reality. You can't fix everything. You just prioritize what's important in a given society. Right.
I agree with that, but we have been seeming like an increasing amount of, I don't know, maybe we report on it more, I don't know, but it seems a little too easy in some of these instances for these crazy people, and it seems to be happening a little more often, and maybe it is something we should start to prioritize a little bit.
And I mean, and it's not a solution, but what we're talking about here is damage control, right?
Yes.
If we can reduce, bad happenings to 8 or 10 people dying, as opposed to, the Vegas shooting or something like that. I mean, and that's not the perfect example. As far as I know, everything he purchased was purchased legally too. And I mean, possibly one of the ideas is what if we had social health care with lots of mental, care popped in there? And it might solve a problem too. There's a lot of things to talk about in it.
Yeah, true.
I definitely, Philiquin says something. I've seen a solution proposed where it was take all the guns and put them in a big pile and force everybody to take one. Then we all have a gun, right? And then at that point, really no excuse.
Oh.
I mean, and there's merit behind the idea, which is kind of crazy, but yeah. Anyway, gonna
Let's
move on. This is CNN being caught in a lie, a terrible, terrible fabricated lie, and
Imagine
yeah,
that.
They've never done that.
right, exactly. So I'm gonna show you guys this. So this story was blowing up all day earlier today, and it's CNN's fault. So what it is Trump feeding koi fish and with foreign dignitaries, right?
Yeah.
They purposely cropped the shit out of this video to make him look like a bad guy. And honestly, he does nothing wrong here. Nothing wrong at all.
Oh, I saw this.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing.
Which one did you see? The real version or CNN's version?
CNN's version.
Okay. See, there is no panning in the actual video, right? They cut this to zoom in on him, right?
Yeah.
So they're feeding the koi fish here, and that clapping noise was one of the people there getting the attention of the fish, right? Actually, which is kind of cool. Okay. But so they make it look here like he just kind of gives up, and he gets bored and just pours out all the fish food, and he's all like, "I'm done. Bye, everybody." Right? What they don't show, right, is this is the real.
Abe does it too.
Yeah, dude, he does it first.
Yeah.
That's the real video there. They've done with the photo op. The photo op's over, and then they're going and feeding the fish. And then there was a bunch of these narratives running around the video. Let me just pause this here. Anyway.
I read one of them yesterday morning on my way to class. I was like, it seems like this is only part of the story. You know what I mean?
Right.
It just seemed weird. I'm like, I don't think he would do that in front of like the head of China.
Part of the stuff that they were talking about was that these fish have delicate stomachs and you can't overfeed them, and that he was killing fish and stuff.
I saw that too. It's like the hill or something.
Yeah, there's no way. Yeah.
I was like, he was probably talking to Abe, and he's like, those fish, that's North Korea. These are our bombs. But obviously, he didn't say that.
I Photoshop a bunch of shit for this show, and I fucking pick and choose a bunch of different videos, and I'm less schmarmy than that was of CNN, straight up.
Yeah. It's I don't understand why they would try to get away with that. Obviously, people are gonna figure it out. It's just it's fucking. I don't like how the news these days makes these false, fucking stupid, fake controversies every week.
I agree.
This small shit, I don't give a fuck about it. That's great. I don't care if the president farted on his way fucking, you know what I mean? To the Air Force One. Don't tell me about that shit.
Jason, stop it. That's what our show's about.
I know. Well, I gotta get mad at them. You know what I mean? True, they are supplying us, but they're not fucking paying us. So
right, exactly. So,
that's great.
My favorite segment, Be the Change. We're gonna check out some really important Change.org's petitions. I wasn't able to find anything on any of the other crowdfunding sites today.
By the way, I want to announce something.
Okay.
Since we're on this topic, I donated to get a butthole for Kitty, and they have not emailed me back yet. But I did ask them.
Excellent. We'll find out. All right.
$10 better be worth it.
So the first one I've got here is to help out people who are becoming American citizens.
Cool.
So add a biography of Bill Nye to the American citizenship test.
That's hilarious.
And the reason why is so that non-citizen or U.S. citizens, when we chant "Bill, Bill, Bill, Bill," non-citizens will know what to do.
That's so funny.
Mark's counting on us for this one. He's only got 5 signatures, so
Mark.
See if we can get this added. The chat.
Yeah, I want to check this out.
Right.
What is? So he's only got 5 people to sign the petition.
Correct.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna happen, Mark.
Yeah, he needs more.
It does look like he's halfway to his goal, though.
I know. That's an interesting graph there.
Right.
He
That
only needs 10 people. So I mean,
no. So it's actually 5 have signed. Let's get to 100 is what it states there. That graph is stupid.
Yeah, it makes no fucking sense at all.
Right.
That's terrible.
He doesn't have any comments or anything yet, so he's got 5 supporters.
Okay, I like
and
it.
it's going to be sent to the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. So
fucking amazing.
Right.
By the way, 100 people signed this, so
right,
it's practically law.
Exactly. All right, next up. Oh, they killed it. Never mind. All right, next up. Let's see if we got the next one. Keep killing everything. All right. Change Colonel Sanders' name to Daddy Sanders 2K17.
Yeah.
So Colonel Sanders has saved us all with his fried chicken in every way.
Sanders, oh my goodness.
Correct. This is to honor his legacy. It's being sent to Kentucky Fried Chicken, right? So.
Yes.
Naturally.
That's fucking amazing. Only 14?
Right.
Come on, America. What's going on?
Nobody understands.
They don't get it.
He's got 14 out of 100. He got some comments down here. I love chicken. I'm a firm believer that our Lord and Savior Daddy Sanders deserves to be recognized for who he is, heckin' daddy. And because Colonel Sanders is your daddy. So people are talking about it.
It's true. Colonel Sanders is my daddy.
I'm actually gonna pop back to the last one to see if I can figure out what. Oh, here it is. It was called. It was to God, right? And it was to delete Australia.
What the fuck?
But it's gone now. So.
That's too bad.
Australia.
Yeah.
Was that too offensive?
Yeah, it's very possible.
Oh wow.
Somebody probably reported it.
But I mean.
All right, so we're gonna move on to our main story of tonight. Checkmate, small feet. So if you can't guess, today's episode is about Bigfoot.
What?
Yeah. Like I said, I've been to some fucking dark corners today.
That's funny.
So the
do this.
First one I've got here is the most recent video of sighting of Bigfoot that I could find. So this is up to date evidence, uploaded today, filmed a couple days ago. So let's take a look and see if we can spot Bigfoot. Oops. Did you guys see it?
Kinda. No. Oh shit! I just saw it.
Let me see if I can move it back here.
That was cool, man.
See if I can get to that spot again where it shows it. He's so scared, man.
He's fucking terrified. Why do they like? How come there's never sound?
And
Right.
why are the videos always so bad?
Right.
This one's not that bad. I mean, it's better than what we saw with Area 51, at least.
Right, exactly.
Well, yeah. But I mean, my cell phone can do better than this.
Right.
True.
So, moving on from the most recent sighting, I've got a theory on Bigfoot here.
Okay.
Well, hi, you guys. Doing another video here. I wanted to do this video while I was camping, but being that there was a lot of fireworks going off when I was camping, I decided, and it was late at night.
As you can tell immediately, this guy seems reputable.
And it was just before we went into bed before the pouring rain came, so I thought I would just do the video now. And I wanted to talk about what my beliefs are.
He's going to whiteboard this for us. It's going to be scientific.
Bigfoot. Now, when you mention just the word Bigfoot, people are like, oh my God, here we go. They laugh. And
he's got really nice handwriting.
He does.
I'm just going to point that out.
I agree, actually.
It's like legible.
Right. I will be finishing.
This is scribbles.
I'll be finishing this whole segment with my theory on Bigfoot. So.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But yeah, he's got a theory here.
Everything, and yes, I understand all of this. Okay, you guys, because I myself, for the longest time, did not believe in Bigfoot at all. And no, I have never seen one or anything that even remotely looks like one. I have never seen anything in the wild, in the woods, that was not out of place or didn't belong, that was natural to the surrounding environment. Never have I seen anything that I couldn't explain in the woods. And believe me, I've been in the woods for about 40 plus years now. I
wouldn't have guessed.
That's a long time to be out in the woods. He's like Moses in America.
Right.
Big fishing, canoeing, and the like. But I want to talk about why I believe that this thing could possibly exist. Now, I'm not going to get into the whole breakdown of what the Bible talks about, and
it went off the deep end.
Holy shit, am I right? Is he Moses? Is that what he's trying to tell us?
Different things that are related to what happened.
Check this out.
And what was described more than 2,000 years ago. But I'm just going to say that if you look into the book of Enoch, or Enosh, as it's pronounced, I guess, in the Hebrew term, the book of Enoch. This was left out of the Bible. And a lot of people said, well, why was that part of the Bible left out? I believe that this part of the Bible, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, I think that this part was left out of the Bible because it talks about and elaborates on...
He's afraid to say it, man.
I know.
It's my opinion. It's my opinion. And it's my opinion.
I'm gonna be so happy if it's not even about Bigfoot, and he's just like that. Pyramids are meant to hold grain. Like yes, bring it back.
Oh gosh, dang it.
Oh damn! What?
I got it. We're gonna do it. It's just this thing.
It talks about. And elaborates on a lot of the what we consider mythical creatures and things like that. So I believe that when Christianity
he's terrified
came
because
about,
they're going to come get him for his theory.
Days, they considered it too unbelievable. So they're like, let's just leave that out.
He still hasn't said it.
He's terrified.
But that is
call me crazy.
Part of the Bible.
Get on Skeptalk.
Enoch is biblical scripture. And in biblical scripture, it talks about giants. And in the King James Version, it mentions giants.
There we
13 times in the Holy Book.
Giants.
I like that he has to draw this out on a whiteboard for us.
Yeah.
So... in the book of Enoch, they talk about giants 13 times. Bigfoot is real big. Coincidence?
I mean, that clearly means it's real. Wait, what about dragons in Revelation? Is Lord of the Rings real too? Holy shit.
Right?
It's gonna be. I really do want to
On the
hear how
Bible.
he ties this together.
13 times it talks about giants. Now,
I hope he uses the
misrepresent
number
the
13.
word giant. The giants, and they were real. What it means by giants.
Because evidence, we're just going to skip that part.
Yeah. That's his fast word.
King David
Talk
killed
about jets.
I don't
King
know,
David
I
killed
believe him.
Bigfoot.
I have to say.
Is that not necessarily like something you'd see in the movie of Lord of the Rings where they're taller than trees?
Jason, did you watch this fucking video?
I didn't, dude. What the fuck? I have never seen this guy in my life. What?
And they come crashing through the forest like King Kong. Giants have been exhumed from ancient times where they were 7, 8, 9, 10 feet tall human beings. That is basically giants.
There's literally
okay, I'm
already
6 foot
that.
tall, so you're talking about people that are a few feet taller than me. Do I consider that a giant? No, I just consider that a very big person. But
So,
But it's also Bigfoot.
right, so President is impressed by the amount of time he spent on this. This video is barely a sixth over.
Oh, wow. This must go super deep.
It's about to get crazy.
Right. We won't cover too much more of it because he prattles on for fucking
Fair,
ever.
Hennessy, fair.
not a giant.
Holy shit,
because
it's
in
Bigfoot
my
Jesus?
mind, when I think of a giant,
Possible.
I think of something mythical like you'd see in a movie. You know, some big, well, like in Lord of the Rings, the one that was wielding the club and they were all climbing on it and trying to kill it. That's what, in my mind.
That was a troll, you dumb son of a bitch.
Hey, it's a... Get your Lord of the Rings blast me out in my Christian video. King David killed Bigfoot.
All right, so we're gonna move on from this guy's theory to another super. You want to watch more?
You should.
His theory is that they're
like,
giants.
post
Like it's
it,
the
maybe.
Can you fast forward together? I just want to see what this whiteboard turns into.
All right. We're gonna check. Here's halfway through the video.
Okay.
It gets fucking intense.
Holy shit, he's so slow.
Yeah, dude.
Look how slow he wrote all that. Write worse, you'll write faster, asshole.
Right.
Be more efficient with your fucking marker.
Proof. If
Proof.
you write it in red and put a square around it, it means it's true.
Right.
Hold on. Reality minus UFOs equals
Right. He brings
what?
in UFOs into the conversation.
Dude, how are we not watching this whole thing?
We can if we want to.
Hair samples.
Okay. Yeah, reality minus UFOs equals profit.
Right.
Love it.
In the interest of fair use, right? I don't want to watch his whole video and just, claim it as our own, right? We're being transformative by watching part of it and then commenting on it. So I'll make sure we'll make sure that we get this
credit.
Right. We'll put the link in the description of this video when we're done. Because I can't get it right now because I have everything open. And
you're good.
Yeah. But anyway, we'll continue.
And I'm not Googling Bigfoot proof for y'all.
Right. Actually, so right now, this video is real high up, or it's real recent. So if you go type in Bigfoot theory in YouTube and hit and sort it by date posted, this will be in the first 50 results. So you can find it. And I believe this guy's name is actually Christian. So I think that said so at the beginning. Maybe not. Find out. Nope, he doesn't have anything there. This is like the first time he looks at the camera at the very end.
I am Bigfoot.
But I got another theory that we're going to cover too. So move into that one.
I'm looking for it. I can't find this guy.
This guy's way cooler.
Hi everyone, how you doing? My name is Timothy.
Wait, can we pause it?
Mustache.
Yep.
Can we revel at that mustache and then while he simultaneously has a child molester voice?
And
What
and
the fuck?
we need to find who stole his neck and give this guy justice.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
That's so fucking ridiculous.
I can't take that man seriously.
Dude, this guy's so... Oh my god. All right. Let's not attack his character. He
No,
might have something
exactly.
good to say.
But for the sake of science, we're going to need to take him seriously.
Yeah.
All right.
And somebody asked me to do a story on Bigfoot. So here's the Bigfoot theory. Yes, I do believe in Bigfoot. I really do. I really do. I think he exists. I know he's a hard creature to find sometimes for people, but yeah, he exists.
He's so innocent. I love this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, like, besides the fact that he looks like I'd be scared to encounter him in the bayou, right?
A bit.
I don't know. He might be the coolest uncle that you've ever had, right? Big old Uncle No Neck.
Let me tell you a story. I'm here in Michigan, and here in our town, it was back in the 80s. It was around hunting season, deer hunting season, and they got reports that this one area where people go out and hunt, a sighting of Bigfoot. Yeah, sighting of Bigfoot out where hunters go and hunt here in our town. And it, you know, it had a lot of people stirred up and was looking for him and everything. And
He actually sounds like a really nice guy.
He does. Like, I would definitely have a hams with that guy.
Right, exactly.
I want to have a real conversation with him in real life about the real Bigfoot.
Yeah. Talk about all the children he's got locked in his basement.
Well, you know, they wander onto my property and everything, so
He needed help combing his mustache.
Jesus.
It's where he harvests the candy.
Is his final form a giant dick?
Yeah. All right.
he's just a hard person to find and capture. Also way up in the UP and was looking for him and everything, and
there we go.
had hunters looking for him, but just couldn't find him. And you know, they've had other reports here in Michigan also way up in the UP and, you know, other places. So yeah, I do believe there's Bigfoots. I really do. I really do. He's just a hard person to find and capture.
So there's his theory.
That's awesome.
He's just a hard person to find and capture.
It's a pretty well thought out theory. I like it.
So there's more if you guys want to watch
Sound
it.
logic.
Yes, he's a very hard person to find and capture. But yeah, I believe in him. I believe in him. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the Bigfoot story somebody wanted me to talk about, and
That's it. Yep. And
Wow.
the video is now half over.
Like, what is he gonna talk about now? You already like finished the story.
Right.
That's
So
funny.
anyway, after this guy, I have
Can we get some fucking sightings? And oh my god.
a
Guy,
first-hand encounter with Bigfoot.
is he in a houseboat right now or a trailer?
Don't know. It could be
Okay.
both. It could be a trailer that he put on a boat.
Fact.
You'll quickly come to that decision yourself. All right.
He looks begrudging.
Sage Wanderer, and it's time for story time with Uncle Sage. So I've had a lot of requests for some more stories from my
It's
unusual
creepy
life.
as fuck.
And So I've had requests for people to talk about any paranormal or cryptoid experiences I might have had, and I actually do have a Bigfoot story.
What the fuck's a cryptoid?
Cryptozoology.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna check this out.
So cryptozoology is the study of Nessie Bigfoot monsters that are,
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mythical creatures and things that probably don't exist.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
So,
a cryptoid is something that describes a monster you don't know.
Right.
Okay. All right. This guy is a cryptoid.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure I fought him in a video game.
Now, one of the reasons I've lived such an interesting life is because of who my dad was. You know, not many people can say that they had a dad who was a Marine Corps drill instructor at Camp Pendleton, who then went on to do covert, behind-the-scenes training of guerrilla forces in countries where we weren't supposed to be. And
I'm just gonna say we all know this guy, right?
Yeah, yes, we do.
He's one of those guys who has, he's got. I guess the story is innocent pathological liar, right? Like,
yeah.
They tell a bunch of bullshit, and it's literally just so that you'll think that they're cooler than they are. But
yeah,
you know what? I mean,
his is more than that. His is so that you believe him.
Right.
You know what I mean? His is like, this is my resume. My dad was in the military, and he did a bunch of secret stuff.
And how on those, I didn't find this out till late in life when he finally gave us a deathbed confession, because he was sworn to secrecy.
Always.
But he had actually done nighttime operations accompanying the guerrilla forces he trained on their raids. And so he came home from the military after a hardship discharge when my grandmother was diagnosed with tuberculosis and put into the sanitarium, and he had to come home and take care of all of his minor siblings, and ended up being having to be a dad to 5 little kids because he was the oldest. And then he joined the church and became a minister.
Pro tip: none of this has anything to do with his story with Bigfoot.
Yeah, I
kind of gathered.
Yeah,
like fucking 5 minutes into this shit. He talks like the other guy writes on whiteboards.
Right.
But he still had a longing for adventure. And in the interim between the time he left the military and the time he became a preacher, he helped out, was co-owner in a cattle operation in the Oregon foothills. And, that ended when he went into the ministry. He gave that up. But he always longed for a cattle ranch. So when I was about 14, my dad was getting middle-aged. And he...
That is the only thing that has to do with this story.
Really?
That is the only, up until now, the only poignant piece of information that he's given us is that his dad had a cattle ranch in Oregon.
That's fucking amazing.
Right.
Still had a hunger for excitement and adventure. And so I had an adventurous childhood, catching fish as big as human beings and tromping through uncharted canyons looking for gold. And that'll be another story of my gold finding expedition. But this is the story of how, when I was 14, we purchased a cattle ranch in the Oregon mountains above Gold Hill, Oregon. Our nearest neighbor was a mile away, and that's...
Okay, we are now 2 minutes and 12 seconds into this. We could have started now.
Yeah, seriously. I didn't want to know any of that.
But I left it in there so you guys could get his credibility.
Yeah, totally.
If I'm presenting you guys with experts, right, I need to make sure that you guys understand.
I can't wait to read his CV. I'm sure it's fucking amazing.
Right.
Where the mailman stopped. He didn't go over the mountain to our house. And we had to go 1 mile up the road just to get our mail. It was extremely remote. It was a 360-acre bowl in the top of the Oregon mountains in southern Oregon Siskiyous. And this is a place that is well known for Bigfoot encounters. And clearly I'm a believer. I wear a Bigfoot jacket around all the time.
Clearly.
And this is why. So we had just been to the cattle auction, and we had purchased a strawberry roan.
Fuck, dude, I'm having trouble not busting up laughing because I know what's coming.
Beef cow. It was a calf, about a 300-pound calf. And when we were unloading it, this 300-pound calf got away from us and busted through an electric fence and went into the woods. And so we spent the day looking for the lost cow, and which included us walking through the woods calling out to the cow to try to get it to maybe call back like its mother. And if you've ever been around cattlemen, there's a specific kind of cattle call. And it kind of sounds like this. Excuse the loudness. Oh, cow! Come on, cow! Hop, hop! Come on, cow! Ha, cow!
Okay.
So we went through the woods looking for this cow, and finally we gave up. We tried to track it, and its tracks went over itself and circled around, and we never did find the cow, the little heifer. And so it was getting towards the end of the day, and I went out onto the edge of our fenced property and began repairing a fence. And while I was out there, you know, basically I think I was digging a post hole, I heard someone, I believe, call out from the edge of the woods. But it sounded like a person who's not right in their head. I won't use the R word because I guess it's politically incorrect to say that word. We'll say mentally challenged person.
Is he talking about retarded people?
Was yelling out at me, and it was right there at the wood line. And it sounded like this.
What the fuck? Okay, I understand why they don't want to say retard. Holy shit, that was amazing. I'm like crying.
So there's a mentally challenged Sasquatch.
It's not just fucking Bigfoot, man. He's retarded Bigfoot.
Oh, Jesus, fuck me.
Holy shit, that was amazing.
Running around in the Siskiyous.
Run that back. I gotta hear that shit again. Like the lead up to. I don't want just the.
But it sounded like a person who's not right in their head. I won't use the R word because I guess it's politically incorrect to say that word. We'll say mentally challenged person was yelling out at me, and it was right there at the wood line. And it sounded like this.
Wow.
And it freaked me out. So I snatched up my single gauge 12 gauge shotgun, which I always carried with me when fence mending.
He was a child at this point.
I yelled, "Who's there?"
Yeah.
And they mirrored me back.
Yeah, he kind of looks like a bulldog.
And I said, "Hey, quit messing with me. I got a gun. I'm going to shoot you."
Fuck yeah, that's
so
hilarious.
I immediately, part of me thought, this doesn't sound human, or it sounds like a person not right. It scared me. It scared me good. I mean, it was right inside the tree line. So I ran down the house and got my dad, and he grabbed his rifle, and we went up there, thinking that this was some kind of prank played on us by a cattle rustler who had stolen our cow. So
I know how we're gonna get these people and steal their cows. I'm gonna go to the tree line.
Damn retarded person. And start yelling at him.
Okay. All right, hold on.
He got you good.
Come to find out, not a real Native American, but we believed we were Native Americans, and he lived the Native American lifestyle and was a very competent.
Oh wait, we got a little
Sage
bit of
one. So I immediately, part of me thought, this doesn't sound human, or it sounds like a person not right. It scared me. It scared me good. I mean, it was right in thinking that this was some kind of prank played on us by a cattle rustler who had stolen our cow. So if you haven't heard my stories in the past about my dad, he was come to find out, not a real Native American, but we believed we were Native Americans, and he lived the Native American lifestyle.
He wasn't real, but we believed that we were.
Very competent tracker. And so we went into the woods looking for the cow, and what we found were giant footprints. Now,
oh my God.
we didn't, I was like, Dad, we need to take pictures of these. We need to.
Right. So this
could have been like a fucking 2-minute story, dude.
Right again. So this story is
Or less.
this is also just half over, and we are into it 5 minutes and 45 seconds. So okay.
Hopefully he like gets a fucking picture of Bigfoot or shoots it or something.
Right. Well,
That's what I'm hoping
he
for.
basically meanders on here that I mean, I'm gonna let everybody else finish up the story. If you want to see the rest of this guy's story, his name was Sage something here. Hold on, we get his name.
Yeah.
Sage Wanderer.
So Sage Wanderer on YouTube. Go watch it on his thing. Give him a view for it. But yeah. At that point, right, we've seen expert testimonies from 3 different people, right? And so I propose to you, I have an idea on what Sasquatch could really be. But
okay, I need to hear it.
Shayna, what is your opinion on Sasquatch? Is it a real thing?
Oh, well, so I've lived in the Pacific Northwest my whole life. And I feel like maybe it's just unshaven men that lost themselves in the woods.
It wouldn't be too far to believe that somebody got real drunk or high and wandered off.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, I've seen big, very hairy men. They seem to congregate in the areas that has been seen. It might possibly, parsimony. What is the simplest? I don't know.
All right, Jason, what is your opinion on the Sasquatch?
I'm 99% sure that Bigfoot does not exist. I leave that 1% open because I could be wrong. I believe, there's a possibility for pretty much anything to happen. But most of the time, I think it's an asshole in a suit with a shitty camera.
Right. So here is my theory on how it could be real. I present to you hypertrichosis.
Oh shit.
This is a very rare,
this.
very rare genetic disorder. A lot of people have seen the videos or the pictures of the guys they've got really fine curly skin, fur covering their entire bodies. It's also referred to casually as Wolfman disorder.
Gotcha.
But if you look at historical data documentation on this disease, right, or I guess it's not a disease, it's a genetic disorder, right? So if you take a look at this genetic disorder, there are lots of pictures of people like this, right? Depending on how your ethnicity is, right? It will determine how your hair grows, right?
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Sorry, I'll ask later. You finish.
So say I had hypertrichosis, it would be much like my beard all over my face. So I would be very much like this guy, right?
Yeah.
Because it would be very long, very flowing, and the hair would be fine like my head, but all over my body, right?
But the question is, do you also yell like a retarded person?
I've got more stuff to back this up.
Okay.
This is gigantism.
Holy shit.
This child, and I say child because this is a child, 16 years old.
Wow.
Damn.
He is one of the youngest and largest person to ever have this issue. Right.
It looks like his feet they've grown crooked. That looks painful.
Yeah, they usually die really young.
Terrible.
Very true. They have lots of disorders in the way that they have to they grow up, right? But this is not the largest person with gigantism, but this is the youngest and largest, right?
Gotcha.
But his feet are huge, like enormo, and his hands, the size of his mother's head, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But there have been some of them that have lived to really, really long ages, right? People with who have this genetic disorder. What if you had both genetic disorders? How much time would you want to spend around people?
And You yelled like a retard.
Exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of things. Like I'm saying, here's a plausible issue. It's just one guy with gigantism.
Yeah. What if it's not just one guy though? What if it's a family that's like that? What if it's like a new? What if this is what we become?
That's the next stage in evolution is gigantism.
It is. I've seen X-Men. I know what's gonna happen.
Right. Would the genetic disorders be compatible? I don't know. We haven't had any examples of it. I looked for examples of it, but you know what? Because those people are in the woods.
Yeah.
Right.
How are we gonna catch them? They're really hard to catch, dude.
Right. Exactly. And when you take pictures of them, they're blurry.
Yeah. But they're also gigantic and really slow.
All right.
So, there's
so has my theory changed your opinions at all?
No.
All right. Well, I gave it a go.
Well,
but maybe it's at maybe it's 98.9%. So,
Jaina?
I mean, I think that is more likely than actually a Bigfoot, like some mythical, half animal, because there's actually reported cases of that. I'm not saying it's true, but it's more credible.
There's a lot of reported cases in Epoch and King James Bible.
I'm gonna take that as a victory, right? My theory seems to be more plausible than missing link or what is that? What do they call it? Mountain ape, or a lot of other things that they refer to it as. So, sweet victory. I'm gonna claim it. All right. Let's move into the next section I've got here. I've got actually a little bit of faith palm here. And we will hit this liberals separating America.
Oh God.
The result of all of this is, of course, in social media, people are always going crazy. People are saying horrible things, frankly. You sent out a tweet calling for the prayers, which
Speaker Ryan.
Many of us did. The reaction in the celebrity world to your call for prayers from Michael McKeon, Will Wheaton, others, basically saying, essentially, this is the Republicans' fault, and they were praying. And maybe it's time to do something other than pray, Speaker Ryan. Blaming the GOP.
It's disappointing. It's sad. And this is what you'll get from the far secular left. People who do not have faith don't understand faith, I guess I'd have to say. And it is the right thing to do is to pray in moments like this. Because, look, prayer works. And I know you believe that, and I believe that. And when you hear the secular left doing this thing, no wonder you've got so much polarization and disunity in this country when people think like that.
Oh, my God.
Uh-oh.
Right. But they were in a church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I don't.
Right. This is once again, it's Fox News, right? So this is just the same kind of attack that they're condemning right here, right? And I understand where both sides are coming from, and I see what's going on, but this is just the same kind of attack, right? Trying to point the finger at the other side when this was caused by a guy. Right? I don't think this was caused by political polarization.
Right.
Yeah, but wasn't the question
I don't know if
was formatted in like these people are saying it's the GOP's fault.
Correct, that's what I'm saying.
I was reacting a bit to that because it was already been it's
you
already
gotta
been
wonder if
politicized.
some of these Republican politicians aren't like conniving evil people. They really are just that dumb. They don't really know what the reality is. And it's entirely possible there's a little of that going on here.
Yeah, I mean they're politicians.
Well, yeah, but
I mean, that's why people don't trust the government.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's the whole foundation. The foundational problem with government is that it's people, and most of them are unqualified.
Right.
That's why you have people in Congress that, you know,
I feel like
because there's no
but I
global
feel like
warming.
tactics are brought up a lot, like Republican tactics. I'm wondering if some of these times it's not so much tactics as much as it is just pure stupidity.
Seriously.
I mean, there's definitely ignorance, absolutely, and stupidity. I'd say that for sure, of course.
Right, but I mean, like the entirety of this video being that the left is using this as a way to polarize, right?
Yeah.
While stating that the polarized left is the problem, right? By polarizing people against one side, showing that they are the ones who are polarizing people. I just felt that this
it's a great hypocrisy, like
right. All right.
The irony is literally right here in front of you, sir. By the way, Shayna, that was Paul Ryan, who I asked you the question about last week.
Right.
He would be considered Miracle Whip.
Right.
Whereas Rand Paul would be probably mayonnaise, which I think we can talk about him tonight too. He's been in the news today.
Right. So that's the videos I've got for us. So I'm going to bring up some other stuff here. We're going to take a look at some of the election cycle that's going on. So it's going to be a blank screen for just a second.
No worries.
Call some stuff out.
I have not been paying attention to the election cycle. I voted,
right?
But I don't know what's going on with the rest of the country.
Me neither. I voted as well.
I have to update the thing here because it's been going, live stuff. But otherwise,
do what you got to do.
Right, it's coming up.
Your job is a lot harder than ours.
We're gonna look at the New York Times for their results. So
fuck yeah.
Because
is this live right now?
Yeah, I'm not really a big fan so far of today, specifically CNN, who are the other biggest people covering this. So I think we're gonna take a look at it here. But so far, and the other thing is that they seem to only be showing. Here we go. Here's a great. Here's the delegates for the House, right? Or House of Delegates results here. It's the reporting numbers, right? The up until about and I have to say an hour ago when I last looked at this was almost all blue. Okay, all right. It looks like a lot of the Republican places came in. Lot of uncontested blue, like just no one running up against them.
Oh yeah,
but
that's sad.
I don't think they have the full numbers yet. I'm trying to find the final percentage here. Okay, yeah. We the Democrats, right? We currently have 47 Democrats and we currently have 46 Republicans in the House of Delegates. So majority is not huge at all.
Yeah. It's pretty even, it sounds like, right?
Yeah, exactly. Which will be an interesting thing to move forward with, right?
What were the Democrats hoping for this election? I know it's pretty important for them to try to regain a little bit of power somewhere in the fucking country.
Right. Well, they were hoping to take majority, but it looks like in a lot of the local state stuff, we're seeing a lot of
Where were we before this? At some point I did know this, but I haven't been paying attention. Like who had the majority?
Democrats?
No, who had the majority before, or what was the?
Republicans have had the majority in literally every single branch of the government since the election.
Right, that's what I thought. So now we're about even, but it's what is it? We got 47 to 46.
Still have a majority. I'm not sure.
Right. So it's too early to find out what's going on. We're currently doing the elections right now. There's lots of other places. This is just Virginia too.
Yeah, it's only 8:15, so
right.
Like, there's still a lot of votes coming in. My thing is, like, I get that they were hoping for that, but
right. So that was
I don't know why they would think it would be a whole lot different than the last election, since the last election, they've really haven't fucking changed their narrative and have had multiple horrible scandals about their leadership. I don't know what they're. I don't see them. I don't see the Democrats taking a majority anywhere. Honestly,
I don't think so either.
No, and like I said, that was just Virginia, and that was just one of the things. But having each state, a lot of the states are changing a lot of their data here. Then the other. Unfortunately, it is CNN, which not the best.
I will say that watching their live election maps, I feel like they do it the best, and I fucking hate to say that.
Right.
They just update it more often, I think.
Did you guys see where's that thing? The girl, apparently I'm not right here, but the girl who flipped off Trump's motorcade?
Motorcade?
Yeah.
No.
I saw that her company fired her.
Yeah, her company fired her for it.
Yeah.
Because she went viral, right? And it looked real bad. And
yeah, that's not good for business.
She has instantly become a meme on both sides.
Nice. Shit, do the Democrats have a good meme yet?
No, because immediately right after they had a good meme, they had a good meme.
Dems.
Well, they had a good meme.
Yeah.
With her flipping off the motorcade, and then she got fired. So therefore, it kind of went to the crapo.
I'm telling you, Dems, Harambe would fucking win. You would win every seat in the election for whenever the next election is. I'm pretty sure it's in a year, 2 years.
Right. So just gonna sit here with this image for a while because I don't actually have anything else to show, but we've got some more stuff to talk about, right?
All right.
So there.
Great image tab out there.
Did you guys see the information about Fox being purchased by Disney?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Fox is currently talking about selling. It's in negotiations with selling everything but news and sports.
Wow.
Right.
Wow. Indeed.
Wait. So essentially, it's going to retain its power as a news organization.
Right. It would sell
Probably
essentially 20. Right. Go ahead.
I was going to probably throw all their money and power into that, which is actually kind of horrifying.
Right. Fox News holds way too much power.
Does it though? I
Yeah.
don't know if it does.
It
it's
influences
just the only
old
thing that's out there for people that aren't liberal.
Well, no, not necessarily. There's a lot of other places that aren't liberal, but they hold a lot of sway over the older voting bracket.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, here's my question. What other news network? I mean, there's plenty of magazines and news outlets that are okay for those of us that are like independent or not necessarily hardcore left or right. But I don't think there's any media that's on the television that is even considered like middle of the road that's not left wing or Fox News.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Is that they hold a lot of sway. Like
right.
They are.
I see what you mean.
Yeah. And so because the older voting bracket are the ones who watch TV.
Yeah.
And
so what we need is just another. We really need another news outlet. That's what we need.
Chan is absolutely correct. They vote because they have nothing better to do. Never once have they been all like, man, but I got all these things I got to do.
I also think though, like the older generation votes because at that point in your life, it's hard to be like, voting doesn't matter.
Right.
Because you've seen the fucking shit that has happened through your life.
But when it's only that demographic, that's going to be the one that everybody's going to pay the most attention to, because that's the people that are voting.
Right.
Yeah, because the young people aren't voting.
Yeah, which is the people that might be going towards that alternate news source. It's kind of amazing to me, actually, how many, and it's completely anecdotal, but how many houses I've walked into, you know, friends' parents, why I didn't expect to be aligned in that way, but they watch Fox News all day long. And I think that's fairly average in America. And it's, you know, I feel like it is kind of horrifying that they put all of, you know, their attention and their focus on biased news to a demographic of people that vote the most. It's like, it's a little scary. Plus, then also selling off something, as much as I love Disney, to make Disney even larger, which that can't possibly be good. I don't I don't know.
Right. One of the things, right, is that Disney would get 20th Century Fox. Right?
Yeah, that's good.
Do you know
I'm
what?
looking because they do shit right.
Well, do you know what that means?
Yeah.
Disney owns the X-Men.
Yeah, totally. So we actually get to have real fucking Marvel.
And then all we have to do is somehow browbeat Sony into giving back the rest of the cast. And we can
what
have.
do they own? Doesn't Sony only own like fucking Foursquare or whatever, Connect the Four or whatever the fucking group is?
Spider-Man?
Sony owns Spider-Man? I thought it was like the Incredible Four or whatever those douchebags
They own
horrible movies that never did good.
Right, because Sony made them.
Yeah, totally.
So
the new Spider-Man was good.
Right, but that was a Sony and Marvel film.
Okay.
Marvel paid to be able to have their hands in that one.
To fix it.
Right. But it's very possible that those things would they would get access to 20th Century Fox. And there's a lot of other stuff that 20th Century Fox owns that Disney would get access to, right? And
yeah.
Right. Those things would then be able to be, you know, Disneyfied, which essentially means we'll just get a bunch more content, which is awesome. But, you know, who knows?
I mean, I hope so. That'd be fucking amazing.
Yeah, on a streaming service, apparently we have to pay for eventually. Another one.
Yeah, fuck. Whatever. You know, I already have like 20 of them, so.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, you're getting more content for less than what cable cost back in the day.
Right.
So I don't know if it's that bad. I don't. Telecommunications companies, though. Let me give you all of my money, Comcast.
So.
Yeah. I mean, well.
Yeah.
If you just get all the streaming services, you don't pay for Comcast, right?
You have to pay for the internet.
Yeah. There's other internet companies, all right? You just have to be okay with a 56K modem.
Yeah, sure. Because this would be going real well with that, you know?
Yeah. Here's what I got to say. It's fucked up that there's, like, it goes from... I really honestly believe that DSL is not that much better than 56K. I know measurably in every form it is way better. Way better. But you can't do fucking half the things you want to do on it anyway, so you may as well have 56K.
The relative jump isn't that big of a deal. I actually know that from personal experience living in rural areas.
Oh, yeah.
For the very longest time, I didn't want the newest phone because I did not want my phone to be faster than the internet on my computer. I'm not kidding. Like I feel like that would have just pissed me off.
I feel like that would have been a reason to get a better phone.
Well, true, but then I don't know.
Or to stop living in the woods.
Well,
Shayna also lived for 40 years in the woods.
Yep.
All right, Clown Baron. Since you missed it, and we've only got
we're gonna give you the last.
We've only got a couple of live viewers. You know, we're gonna cater to our live viewers. So here we go.
Around
That's where you got
cattlemen, there's a specific kind of cattle.
Where's it at?
So we went through the woods. It was getting towards the end of the day, and I went out onto the edge of our fenced property and began repairing a fence.
On Bigfoot.
Right.
And while I was out there, basically I think I was digging a post hole. I heard someone, I believed, call out from the edge of the woods. But it sounded like a person who's not right in their head. I won't use the R word because I guess it's politically incorrect to say that word. We'll say mentally challenged person was yelling out at me, and it was right there at the wood line. And it sounded like this.
Oh shit.
And it freaked me.
Oh my god.
So now we have.
Don't say we don't love you guys.
Witness testimony on what Bigfoot sounds like.
Yeah. What the fuck? I do think that that kind of sounds like a dog.
Yeah. He sounds like he's trying to. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, my dog sounds like that,
wanna
only a whole
admit
bunch
it.
deeper, but yeah.
He doesn't want to be like, yeah, I was out there digging a post and a dog scared the shit out of me and I grabbed my guns.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He makes that hat look really weird. I mean, it's a weird hat anyways, but what is happening? it's like the top of his head is smaller than it. It's very
It's a fucking
strange.
stage hat. Leave him alone. It's Sage Wanderer. Nobody calls
Sage
him
Wanderer.
Eyes in the Woods.
It's a Sage Wanderer hat. Oh my gosh.
You know what? Since I run out of content, let's go look at Sage Wanderer's YouTube page here.
Alright, fuck it.
And
hey, did you guys hear about Rand Paul getting fucking tackled by his fucking awesome, crazy neighbor?
I saw quite a bit of stuff about it. I saw people getting mad that the liberals were trying to justify this because there was a story that was written about how Rand Paul is a fucking terrible neighbor.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe it. I don't think there's any congressperson I would like to live next to.
Oh, me
Pretty sure
neither.
they'd all be kind of pricks. They'd be like, oh, look, I'm going to do whatever I want or else eminent domain. Anyway, he's mowing his lawn with headphones on, jamming out to what I can only fucking assume is Creed. And his neighbor's fucking yelling at him, super mad. He's ignoring him, being our fucking favorite dollop of mayonnaise, Rand Paul, doing his thing, mowing his lawn, and out of nowhere, the guy tackles him and breaks 5 fucking ribs. So Rand Paul missed all his votes this week. It will probably be out of Congress for the next week or so, maybe 2 weeks. What is up with this guy? I'm excited to hear this one.
Sage Wanderer coming at you from not in the van and not down by the river. Up on the mountaintop.
Good thing.
In a hotel.
Good thing you cleared that up.
Nice hotel. So one of the viewers asked for a paranormal story, so I thought I would give you one. Now, in telling this story, I'm not saying that I believe in ghosts, and I'm not really saying that any of this story is anything more than weird coincidences.
But Bigfoot, that's the thing.
Yeah, but I'm gonna keep talking about it.
But I thought I would lay out a story for you that definitely leave you scratching your head. So if you watch my channel, you know that my sister died kind of young of liver disease. And anyway, she when she got towards the end and got real sick, I was going through a divorce and she didn't approve and we kind of had a falling out. And anyway, so I kind of missed the last 3 months of her life. And anyway, she passed away with me, basically her not being kind of estranged.
That was like really sad. But like, why the fuck does this guy lead every goddamn video in with some crazy shit about his family?
Well, No, I don't know at all.
Yeah. No, I'm just realizing, did he see his sister as a ghost? Is that what this is? This actually relevant? Maybe it's relevant. And I'm just being a complete insensitive prick.
Yeah, he's all.
So he's gonna
Anyway,
be-
my dad owned a gold mine, and then.
Yeah, totally. That's like what?
And she didn't see where I bounced after the divorce. She didn't see the new house. I got custody of the kids in the divorce, so she kind of missed out seeing them as much. I mean, I'd still, you know, my ex would take them over there to her, and let her see them, you know, but she didn't see where they lived. She didn't see the new school they went to or anything. She was really involved in their lives, so it was rough, you know, for her to pass away under those circumstances.
I really just want to go a little bit forward.
I had already remarried to a second wife, and
Do it.
she was
It's not
really
even relevant
studious
anymore.
about
Skip the
picking up
shit.
and stuffing them in the back of the refrigerator. Would you please stop it?
Gee.
And
What the
her and
fuck
I
is
didn't always get along, and so I was naturally kind of on the defensive. I'm like, look, I didn't do that. And so we both turn and stare at the two kids. Hey, did you guys doing this? Who's putting the half, you know, the little piece of a
here's the
loaf,
guy.
like a one slice and the heel, and wadding it up and stuffing it in the back of the fridge?
The ghost is fucking stuffing bread in the back of the goddamn fridge.
Fucking ghost.
All right, we'll keep going.
And somebody keeps stuffing them back in there. Who's doing that? And of course, both kids look at each other and shake their head. No, we didn't do it. We didn't do it.
The kids
And
did it, by the way.
My daughter says,
Yeah, kids
you know,
definitely did.
and I'm not going to use my sister's real name, so I'll find something else to call her. It's a fake name. But
she's dead.
My daughter says, you know, I guess the
You
only
can't
person
really
I knew
dox
that
her
ever
that
did
bad.
that was Aunt Bobby.
That's terrible.
No, I mean, I'm not
Really?
even joking.
That's-
like,
she's right.
she's
I'm like,
passed
no, you're
on.
right. She's the only one that ever did that. No one ever does that. She would stuff the loaves of bread with the heels back in the back of the refrigerator, and then she'd take them out and dry them in the oven and make croutons and stuffing and things out of them.
The ghost
Moral
is
of the
making
story is,
croutons.
don't tell your kids that you have a YouTube channel talking about conspiracies and stupid shit, because they'll fuck with you as soon as they're old enough to understand.
All right. So Clown Baron says he's too high for this, and this guy's story takes for fucking ever. So
Yeah, it does.
anyway, I will review this guy's stories as we go on, and I will find good stories for whatever we're talking about. But anyway, so we got a couple of people in the chat. You guys should give us a topic for next episode. I picked Bigfoot this time, and we did Area 51 because we were talking about favorite conspiracies. But I will totally focus on my efforts for Thursday on something. We'll have a guest with us, actually. We're going to have Chief, right?
Yeah, Chief will be in here. Hopefully we'll get to hear some of his music. He's a local radio DJ out at U of O. And we
He's
have
also
some
the guy-
surprises for him. I'm sure he's in here right now.
Yeah, he's
If
actually
you
the
are
guy.
in here, Chief.
He's the guy who made our intro song. So
Yeah, he
you've
did.
all already heard his music if you've listened to our intro at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's come up with, if you guys have any suggestions for anything you'd like to see, I'll cover it. It can be as broad as, you know, Area 51 and Bigfoot to, you know, give me, if you guys want to see something about, you know, I don't know, with MK Ultra, we could cover that. We could cover, shit, I mean, the reptilians. That one's always going to be really fun.
I haven't heard a lot about reptilians. I've only seen a couple things with like Alex Jones railing about reptilians. Other than that, if there's stuff out there, I'd really like to do an episode of that. Cool. Well, I'm gonna let our chat decide, though nobody's saying anything. So if nobody decides that, I'm gonna vote reptilians for sure, because I wanted to be surprised by it.
Yeah. Well, Hillary Clinton is the reptile queen, so.
Fact. Undeniable.
Right. That's for those of you who haven't seen our weird shit on our YouTube channel. That is something that we've found a lot of conspiracy theorists just decide is truth, right? And every time we see it brought up, it's like, as we all know, Hillary Clinton, the reptile queen, right? And then no evidence, no nothing about it. Right, they just skip past that and then give you a bunch of evidence on some obscure ass fucking target that they're after. Like how Walmart's making FEMA camps.
Yeah. Holy shit, that guy. We need to find that guy. He went off about ARFIDs for like an hour.
Yeah.
Oh damn, his videos were good. I wish I could remember what his name was.
Reptile intelligence.
We have 3 on reptile.
All right.
I'm counting you, Clown Baron, even though you're not talking about. You didn't technically vote for it.
Type in David Icke.
The
Jason.
fucking no.
Have you not heard of him?
No, I thought you were fucking.
No.
Are you trolling me right now?
No, I'm actually not. David Icke he's one of the foremost conspiracy theorists on reptilians.
Okay.
Well, he's a conspiracy theorist. That's one of his conspiracies.
Okay, that's it. You're in charge of reptiles. You
I'm in charge.
You already know this guy, David Icke.
I can bring.
You're not here next time, though. Damn it.
I'll bring stuff.
All right. Excellent.
There he is.
Hello, I'm delighted to. Oh, what the
yes, let's watch a video. What? I didn't even. Of course, there's a website.
Cool.
Search for the word reptile here.
You want some conspiracies? This guy.
This guy's got a lot going on. He's got his own website.
Oh yeah, he's taken seriously by people.
Are you sure?
We are slaves to reptilian brain system.
My ex-boyfriend.
Okay.
Except for the reptilians. He actually almost hits the mark on a lot of things.
I really want to be surprised. Yeah.
Whoa. There's the reptiles. Yes, she's a reptile.
Look at the queen there. That's
not doctored.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so I'm about to get real friendly with this guy over the next 2 days.
Oh, have fun. You're going to have
guys,
fun.
I just want to say something. I want to thank Udo for the amount of work that he puts into this. And you guys got to understand that he's changing as a person going through all of this.
The things the shitty videos I watched today on fucking Bigfoot. Good lord. So many like 5-minute long troll ass garbage videos that are just all like fucking running through the woods, and then all of a sudden picture of like fucking jerky, like the Jack Blinks fucking with the fucking Bigfoot on it and shit. Like, god damn it, again. They got me again.
Sons of bitches. I just bought fucking pictures of Bigfoot. Dude, you watched at least fucking 4 or 5 minutes into Bulldog face with his fucking like black, I don't know, priest fucking looking getup with his, I don't know, sage fucking wanderer guy.
Right.
You waited all the way till at least when he yelled.
Oh yeah, dude, that's why I was all like, gold, it's staying in.
Yeah. I do not have the willpower to sit through a video that long. So
me neither, nor the time.
Yeah. I would have seen that guy and just been like, shit, another child molester with a fucking YouTube channel. I'm out of here.
Right.
By the way, everybody's a child molester.
Oh yeah.
If I don't like your YouTube, it's just instantly fucking creep. I think the worst about a lot of really shitty people.
Right. I don't think, like I said, like we watched that one guy who seems super friendly. I don't actually think he's probably doing anything wrong. He's
great.
Too simple and looks too much like a human thumb to be a problem. Right?
Human thumb.
A human thumb.
He was a really nice guy. I actually like that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I take it back. He's probably not a child molester. He definitely fucks whatever animals like in his fucking swampy area, though. That's fucking for sure.
Well, you know,
in a good way, though. He probably loves it.
Whatever comes onto my properties, it's really hard to meet women when you look like a thumb.
Yeah, true that.
Right. Okay, well, we've pushed this out far enough. we got an hour and 40 minutes today. I didn't get enough content. I actually fully admit that I spent 8 hours today, right, wrestling with OBS, voice meter, VB audio cable, Discord, and making them all play nicely.
Nice.
But I did it, and that's how we this time got videos that were longer than like 45 seconds. So, which gave us some right, exactly. We wouldn't have gotten the disabled Bigfoot video had I not been able to do that. So,
disabled,
right?
You politically correct bastard.
Hey man, that's their word.
He was retarded.
That's their word.
That's true. It was his word.
Yep. All right. Thanks for joining us again. If you liked what you saw, make sure to not subscribe, but follow, because you can't subscribe to us yet. Hopefully soon. You hear that, Twitch? Hopefully soon. Yeah, go ahead and follow us. You'll see that we do this every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 o'clock Pacific. So share it with your friends, subscribe up or follow up.
Like us on Facebook.
Yeah, exactly.
Like us on Twitter or whatever you have to do on Twitter. Thank you for watching. Have a good night, y'all.
Have a fucking awesome night.
Yeah, that video or this video will be archived. I archive everything, and also it'll be on our YouTube channel at the Heretic Broadcast. And then that name was. I'm working on changing the names because we had gone through a couple of different name changes, and eventually we came up with Skeptalk, and it was way better than Heretic Broadcast. And
oh, you know what? I have a good idea for the next episode.
And this is definitely archived here on Twitch. So
since Chief will be on, and he was one of our guests on our last show, why don't we talk about the last show a little bit? Give people a little background on it.
Yeah,
on this show.
I don't have the recordings, so
right.
If we can get those recordings,
fact. If we could,
yeah. I mean, it's probably it's easy enough when we get it. When are we going live again? It'll be Tuesday at 7 Pacific.
Thursday.
Thursday at 7 Pacific will be our next episode. This channel also hosts quite a few other things that I do independently. Video games and such, and I'll be starting a Dungeons and Dragons game here on Twitch. So if anybody's interested,
pretty fucking cool. Really.
It's
gonna be a crowdsourced Dungeons and Dragons. Don't sell it short.
Yeah, it's going to be Twitch plays Dungeons and Dragons, and it's going to be great. So
yeah. All right. Have a good night, everybody.
All right. Bye. See you guys later.